How can David call his descendant Lord?
What a good question.
Right?
That part comes from Psalms, the reference, but we are in Luke 20 and we are starting in verse 21.
41.
41, minus one. 41.
Well, minus one.
Luke 20, 41.
2041. And he said to them, how can
Who
they
didn't?
say, what?
Yep, you're good. Sorry.
Thank you. And he said to them, how can they say that the Christ is the son of David? How can they say that? Somebody said
Right.
that before, right?
A lot of people say
A
that.
random guy that wouldn't have known, right? That beggar on the street.
Right. So why do they call him the blind man even, right?
Right,
And yeah, so why? So that's a good question, right? Why is he called the son of David, right?
right. Now, David himself said in the book of Psalms, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand till I make your enemies your footstool. Therefore, David calls him Lord. How is he then his son? So David is talking to Solomon.
Well, no, he's prophesying about Jesus, really. The Lord said to my Lord, because the Lord is in capital. Yeah.
Right. So
So
the
it's
Lord is saying this to David.
so the Lord is using David kind of to prophesy about Jesus coming,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense. I understand why they're bringing this up and why he's bringing it up. Right, because he's trying to say that, like, he is the line. He
He's the line
They
from David.
started questioning his authority, right?
They're probably yes. That's probably what's happening. Yes. 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 You're right. Because that's what we talked about, isn't it?
How is he then his son?
How
Okay, you
is
sure this
how
isn't?
is
How is he
Jesus?
not? Who is David talking to? Who's David saying this to?
Well, the Psalms are mostly songs. He's not specifically saying it to anyone. It would be a hymn or a that he wrote. Like he was known for his Psalms as like really a songbook of songs and poetry that kind of was David wrote. So he wouldn't have been talking to someone in particular. He would have been saying what God had told him to say. He would have been writing down worship songs and things that God had shown him.
What are you saying? King David called me Lord.
Right. So he's saying because of that, the Lord said to my Lord, sit in my right hand. But no one sits at his right hand unless it's Jesus, right? That's the spot that sits on.
Right.
Shall I make your enemies your footstool? It does sound like Jesus, right?
Right.
So
Be
therefore David called him Lord. How is he then his son? How is he the son of David? Well,
biological, right?
biological through Mary, right? And Joseph by adoption, right?
Right.
They both came from the line of David and the genealogy of Mary and Joseph in that human form. And then obviously he's God too, because he was.
Well, they're saying this is from the line of Adam and Eve.
And then, well, Adam and Eve came down through, right? You remember we
Or
studied that
God just chose this line.
he chose this line, right?
Beware of the scribe's mother.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Then, in the hearing of all the people, he said to his disciples, beware of the scribes who desire to go around in long robes, love greetings in the marketplaces, the best seats in the synagogues, and the best places at feasts, who devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayers. These will receive greater condemnation.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
the scribes didn't answer or didn't ask him a question.
Yeah, we got to be careful too, but so this,
To not do those things?
yeah, to not do the things. I mean, if you look back in verse 39, they describes have been part of it, but not. They've been listening, right? Some of the scribes answered, Teacher, you have spoken well.
Well, not that the Pharisees and Sadducees wouldn't know, but you would assume that the scribes would be a little more read.
Right. Yeah, I got you. So beware of the scribes who desire to go around in long robes, love greetings in the marketplace, the best seats in the synagogue, and the best place at the feast. I mean, kind of like a pride thing. So we have to be careful of that, don't we?
Right. Yeah.
Who devour widows' houses for a pretense. Oh, sorry. Widows' houses,
Two
comma.
separate things.
For a pretense, make long prayers because they want to be seen, right? Kind of like
Yeah.
showing off, which is more
I
prideful.
will say, I watched the inauguration last night,
Okay,
and the three, the Jewish, the Catholic, and the Christian people came up
okay,
to do their prayers.
okay,
And the Christian guy's prayer it was good. It was long, and it was all like, it wasn't like this, right? I wouldn't describe it to this, but it was very like spirited.
okay, okay. I got you. I didn't get to listen to that, but that's cool. And then when people see this will be 6 months after.
Right? It'll be a while.
Yeah, I
At
got.
least.
Well, it'll be on YouTube. I must go look at it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
go back and look at it today. It'll be January 20th, 2025,
mm,
which was
yeah,
yesterday.
yes. Thank you, Lord. Wow, help us to learn lessons from this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And find some peace. Find some peace, puppies.
yes.